initial appointment on this case would remain. Let's see, there was no affidavit. Did we get the?
No, Judge, they typically only give them when they're denying the vacancy that's scanned in.
Oh, I see. So they're recommending a contribution amount.
Yeah.
All right.
195.
175. Yeah, 195 total. So, sir, if I gave you a couple months to pay that, would you be able to do that?
Mr. Ford?
Okay. So that would be your fair share. I'll appoint,
And this
Mr.
can
Dixon
All right,
as a
Mr.
new
Ford,
appointment,
I tried to send you this.
and we'll set
The
this
address
for
that you told me to
your
send it
court
to.
dates. Understand the defense is not issued to the court at this time.
So why don't we
Regular
start
dates.
reading?
That's correct, Your Honor. We're asking for trial readiness on April 29th, I think is the day.
Yes, that's a Friday. That'll be the courthouse across the street. We
That's
don't know
what it
the room number
says.
yet, but it's on the
Well, that
deed.
says 1525.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ah,
Um,
okay.
My client would like clarification
There you go.
on
And
his
then we can send it over.
release paperwork. Says no contact with victims. Seeing as this is a disorderly conduct case, the state is the victim. This was a protest in a city hall, city council meeting. So our position is my client is free to go back to city hall for further hearings and lawful protesting activity. But you want a clarification on that?
Does the state have a position or did you make out on that?
Give me 1 second, please.
Additionally, my client would like permission to be able to travel across state lines.
Oh, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Foster, will you give me your bar number on record?
Yes, John Schlosser, SCHLOSSER, car number 104959.
The state has no objection to the defendant returning to City Hall. I'm also not sure if we're legally allowed to deny him entry into City Hall, so. And the no contact with victims is checked off, I think, on every form as standard procedure in criminal proceedings, because there's normally a victim.
So does this change apply to all of the?
I think we have to have each case on the docket to rule on that, but it seems like it would apply.
Okay, well, my client is here.
So we
I
make
don't
that
have her
case
file, but I think we can come up with her case number.
Okay, we can work on that. Let me clarify what I think I hear what he's saying.
About a minute order saying you can go back to you.
It seems reasonable to me to say that a person can go about lawful activities, and that would include being in City Hall for lawful purposes. Don't think it gives you carte blanche to do whatever you want at City Hall. You're trying not to follow whatever rules and laws that would apply. Your lawyer can give you advice on that. Nobody wants to restrict your freedoms, but they do have to be able to handle business at City Hall. Talk to your lawyer if you have any question about what's going to be permitted.
No, thank you, Your Honor. I was just concerned because the city's, continuing to conduct business and if I have a real contact with the people, if my understanding was city council, that would prevent me from going to neighborhood association meetings with city council presidents.
I think the sheriff, when he was released on the case, I think in an abundance of caution was telling him to assume that they were a victim in this case. So that's why I was asking for clarification from my client.
But for example, it's something you should talk to your lawyer about, but for example, you probably should not be following individual city council members home or something like that.
We already
It's your
did.
business to.
No, I just want to raise that testify and make public comments.
I think you just follow the rules. And your lawyer can help figure out.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
There, I'm not sure if City Hall issued a trespass against this
If there is
defendant,
one,
and if
we
there
have to
is
take
one,
it.
then I would ask that he abide by that, but if, I'm not aware of that, so, until that is formalized.
I'm not sure that
Do you have this file?
Well, that's the question, so depending on how they did it, that's, I don't want to get specific.
Well, yeah, I'm just, for the record and
Yes.
such.
Ms. Foster, you want a minute order on your client and you need to have verbal release. I mean, would you object to having similar orders for defendants whose files you do not have?
there's 7 cases.
I'm just asking for one, because my client's actually here.
Mr. Niebling, I think that's
I've
one
got
of
one here
the
today
cases.
too, Your Honor. Mr. Cazzetto, I think, Jr.
I'm not comfortable with that if I don't have all the files.
Understood.
maybe what we should do is maybe the lawyers could talk among themselves, and if you can draft something you think would be fair to both sides, we could adopt that in every case and put that in every
No, yeah, I
file,
know.
maybe.
Well, my client's court appearance is on the 30th, right, Wednesday?
I'm not sure whether they got all spread around, but
Oh, because it's, because of the conference.
Excuse me, homeboy.
But anyway, for what I'm
Can we
saying.
just address this at each individual hearings? Is that
Sure,
possible?
I don't, that's part of the problem, is I don't want to make a oral ruling that nobody else would have notice of. So I would think it would be best to have something in writing, and maybe, is there a lead DA on this case, maybe they could.
Yeah, and that's the problem, because
Oh.
I'm afraid that when each lawyer raises it, they're gonna get idiosyncratic and possibly different response. So unless you can assure all the lawyers that you are the only judicial officer that's gonna hear these, because you remember what you said, I think it's gonna be a problem.
That's why I'm saying maybe if there's a particular DA, or probably the question even the DA, could determine if there are trespasses or rules that I'm not aware of. It's hard to make a ruling, so if you're saying.
Yeah, I can get in contact with her, I believe it's DBA Brenna Allen. And I can get in contact with her after court and give her the contact information for the various attorneys and let her know what happened in court
And
today.
maybe if there's a draft of something, if it might, all I'm saying today is that the bid can go to City Hall, so long as it's for a lawful purpose, it follows all lawful rules and orders. Now, if there is an exclusion that's in place, and it's.
Doesn't supersede
and
any
it's
other-
done constitutionally,
Right.
then he should obey that as well. But I get the impression that everyone wants to try and follow the law and
Correct.
raise free speech issues appropriately, so let's allow that to take place.
thanks.
Oh, and next is April 29th at 9 o'clock on the B docket.